What's going on, guys? So I picked up this 2003 Honda Superhawk for $1,000, and given how clean it is absolutely amazing. I could not pass up this deal. All right, so some things I noticed when I got this bike. First thing right off the bat is it's got two different keys, one for the tank and tail and one for the ignition. So ignition cylinder's probably been replaced. It's not really too much of a concern. The bike did come with a clean title, but I might in the future go ahead and get a new full lock set for it. That way I just only have to have one key. It's also got this cool aftermarket stained tube exhaust. It kind of looks factory, but it definitely has a much throatier sound to it, and I like it a lot. Also, it's got these frame sliders. I have no idea what brand these are, but I think they have a pretty good look to them. So that's kind of cool. Turning the bike on, you can see that the electrical system functions. That's good. It's got 22,000 miles. And the fuel is constantly flashing that it's low or empty. And it does have a tank of gas in it, so maybe the float's bad. I'm not quite sure. The bike does run. Let's see if I can start it here for you. So I don't want to run it too much because this bike does actually leak coolant from somewhere under the tank. And it actually stopped leaking, which makes me think it might be out of coolant. So I don't want to run it too much. I did take it for a short ride, and I noticed that the speedometer is kind of in and out. So maybe it needs a speed sensor too, I'm not quite sure. And then we'll have to go through the brakes, and it's got a hydraulic clutch. We'll want to change all that fluid, since I don't know when the last time it was changed. Tires are in pretty good shape, that's good. Oil looks pretty good. So I think at this point, it's time just to tear it down. All right, so next I'm just gonna pull the carbs apart, make sure everything's okay, and see what's going on inside. All right, so I finished disassembling the front carb, and I just wanted to show you guys something. So I noticed when I pulled these jets out, and I did some research beforehand, but this is not the factory needle, because it does have these little indentations where you can change the needle jet. So you can see right here, you can see there's little indentations and there's a little clip here. So by moving that up and down, you can change your mid-range fueling. And then the idle jet here may be almost impossible to read, but this is a 50 idle jet, and I believe these bikes came with a 45 stock. And then, of course, the main here is a 180, which again, I think the bikes came with a 175 stock or something to that nature. So this bike has what I believe to be is called the Factory Pro Jet Kit. Not sure if that's really good or not. It does have a K&N air filter and an exhaust. So I'm just gonna leave it as is, clean these up, clean the jets real good, clean the rest of the carbs, take the rear carb apart, and go ahead and get them back together. All right guys, so bike's torn apart. We were able to find the coolant leak that this bike had. Hopefully that's the only issue. And we gotta order some parts, so we're gonna have to wait. So I need to order that O-ring for that coolant leak we found. And I need to order the fuel level float assembly and the speed sensor and a chain guard and maybe other couple little odds and ends here. I need to get some coolant and some stuff like that. So this is gonna end kind of the teardown portion, and we'll wait for the parts to get in, and then we'll put it back together. All right, thanks for watching.